Triple H may have subtly confirmed Roman Reigns will end the Bloodline saga on the WWE Raw Netflix premiere. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. The Bloodline saga is one of the most thrilling storylines currently in the Stamford-based promotion. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa are all set to engage in tribal combat on the season premiere episode of Raw on Netflix. However, it appears this storyline could soon conclude, most likely on January 6, 2025. Since the Tribal Chief versus Tribal Chief match was announced, Solo Sikoa and his heel stable have been targeting the members of the OG Bloodline. Sikoa and his faction took out the Usos on the latest episode of Monday Night Raw, and during tonight's SmackDown, they punished Sami Zayn. During the recent episode of SmackDown, Solo Sikoa and his Bloodline launched an attack on Sami Zayn, while Braun Strowman was taking out Carmelo Hayes. During the entire chaotic segment, Triple H hinted at the potential new challenge for Solo Sikoa's heel stable. In a shocking twist, the monster of all monsters chose to aid Zayn against the heel stable and had an intense brawl with the members of the group. He even shoulder-tackled the self-proclaimed tribal chief before he was outnumbered and taken out. Hence, some feel that this could be considered a major hint that the Bloodline saga may end soon, and Sikoa and Roman Reigns might move forward with different storylines in the future. Roman Reigns is one of the leading stars of WWE, and he has been heavily advertised for Raw's premiere episode on Netflix. Also, his match against Solo Sikoa is expected by many to be the main event of the show. Reportedly, the original tribal chief is all set to stay on the red brand moving forward into the important year. Meanwhile, Solo Sikoa is most likely to continue his journey on the blue brand, as he has replaced Roman Reigns on the newly released SmackDown promotional poster. Roman Reigns, alongside his OG Bloodline, secured a significant win over Solo Sikoa and his heel stable at Survivor Series, War Games 2024. After his historic triumph, WWE finally booked the original tribal chief in a singles match against Solo Sikoa on the premiere of Raw's move to Netflix. During his cut-out video package, Roman hinted at the grand finale of the Bloodline saga. He expressed that both bloodlines have secured major wins over one another, and that now it's time for a fair fight between the chief. And this tribal combat match would crown the rightful tribal chief. The entire promo felt as if the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion had been hinting at the grand finale of this storyline. Additionally, some recent reports have even indicated that Reigns might face CM Punk at WrestleMania 41. Which is another sign that the family storyline is likely to conclude in January when Roman regains his Eula. However, all these angles are purely speculative currently. The WWE Universe will have to wait and see what plans the Triple A-led creative team has in store for the Bloodline saga in the coming months. In the ever-evolving landscape of professional wrestling, few storylines have captivated the WWE Universe quite like the saga of Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. This epic narrative, which has spanned several years, has become one of the most significant and compelling chapters in the history of WWE. From Roman's rise to dominance as the Universal Champion to the complex family dynamics within the Bloodline, the saga has redefined what it means to tell a long-term story in professional wrestling. Recently, during an appearance on the highly anticipated WWE Raw Netflix premiere, Triple H, the man at the helm of WWE's creative direction, may have subtly hinted at the conclusion of this monumental storyline. Although he didn't provide any direct confirmation, his remarks left the door wide open for speculation. Fans of Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and the entire Bloodline faction were left wondering whether this year's Raw premiere would serve as the final chapter of one of WWE's most iconic narratives. To fully understand the potential implications of Triple A's comments, it's essential to take a step back and reflect on how the Bloodline has evolved since its inception. The faction began as a powerful unit led by Roman Reigns, who was portrayed as the tribal chief, the unquestioned leader of his family. The Usos, Jimmy and Jey, were initially loyal to their cousin, aligning with Reigns in the hopes of continuing the Samoan dynasty's dominance in WWE. Over time, however, the story became more complicated, with betrayal, family drama, and power struggles adding layers to what was initially a straightforward group of champions. Reigns' younger brother further solidified the Bloodline's hold on WWE. Saga, a powerhouse in his own right, was added to the faction, bringing even more muscle to the already formidable group. The tension within the Bloodline reached a boiling point when Jey Uso, feeling betrayed and sidelined by Reigns, turned against his cousin, sparking a conflict that captivated WWE fans for months. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns' dominance in WWE continued to grow. His title reign as Universal Champion reached unprecedented heights, with Reigns defeating all challengers who dared step into the ring with him. Alongside his family, Reigns became the cornerstone of WWE, a figurehead who represented the pinnacle of success in the company. But with all of this power came a deepening sense of animosity between Roman and his own flesh and blood. As tensions grew within the Bloodline, the question of who would ultimately rise above the rest became inevitable. The Bloodline saga has undoubtedly been one of the most well-executed and long-running storylines in WWE history. The complex relationships, emotional betrayals, and high-stakes drama have kept fans on the edge of their seats, eagerly anticipating each new chapter. Yet, as with any great saga, there comes a time when the story must come to a conclusion. And now, with the end seemingly on the horizon, the question remains: how will this saga wrap up? The WWE Raw Netflix premiere provided a rare opportunity for fans to hear directly from Triple H about the future of WWE and its ongoing storylines. Known for his involvement in the creative direction of WWE, Triple H's words always carry weight, especially when discussing major storylines like the Bloodline. While much of the discussion focused on the broader direction of WWE programming, Triple H's comments regarding Roman Reigns and the Bloodline stood out. During an interview segment, Triple H was asked about the future of WWE's top stars, with Roman Reigns being the centerpiece of the conversation. In his response, Triple H alluded to the inevitable conclusion of certain long-running storylines, subtly referencing the Bloodline's arc without directly naming it. He spoke about how every story, no matter how monumental, has its time, and that WWE's creative team was always looking ahead to what's next. Triple H's use of phrases like "a chapter closing" and "new horizons" in connection to Reigns and the Bloodline sent a clear message that change was on the horizon. While Triple H didn't outright say that Roman Reigns would end the Bloodline saga during the Raw Netflix premiere, the context of his comments seemed to imply that the end was near. Given the prominence of Reigns and the Bloodline in WWE's current landscape, it's not difficult to imagine that the climax of this story would come during a monumental event like the Raw Netflix premiere. Speculation about the conclusion of the Bloodline saga has been swirling for months. The emotional core of the story lies in Roman Reigns' relationship with his family, particularly with his cousins, the Usos. The complex dynamics of loyalty, betrayal, and family have been central to the narrative, and the conclusion will likely involve a major reckoning for Roman, the Usos. One potential ending to the saga could see Roman Reigns losing his title, and perhaps even his place as the head of the table. After years of holding onto his championship with an iron grip, Reigns' reign could finally come to an end at the hands of someone who represents the future of WWE. This could be an emotional moment, as it would mark the fall of the man who has been the centerpiece of WWE for so long. The loss of his title could also signify the unraveling of the Bloodline itself, as Roman's dominance has been the glue that has held the group together. Alternatively, the ending could see Roman Reigns triumphing once again, solidifying his position as the undisputed leader of the Bloodline. This would not only cement his legacy as one of WWE's greatest champions, but could also signify the continuation of the Bloodline's reign of dominance. However, such a conclusion would likely come with a significant cost. The fractures within the family, particularly with Jey Uso, could reach a boiling point, leading to further betrayal and possibly the end of the Bloodline as we know it. Another possibility is that Roman Reigns, in the face of overwhelming odds, is forced to confront his family members in a battle for control of the Bloodline. The Usos, Solo Sikoa, and even Paul Heyman have all played pivotal roles in supporting Roman's reign, but as tensions rise, each family member may begin to question their loyalty. The climactic conclusion could see Reigns being ousted from his leadership position, with someone else taking the reins of the family. The Raw Netflix premiere is one of the biggest events in WWE's recent history. As WWE continues to expand its global reach through partnerships with major streaming platforms, events like this premiere represent a new era for the company. The premiere is set to draw a massive global audience, making it the perfect stage for a monumental storyline conclusion. If Triple Ace Shuffle comments are any indication, the Raw Netflix premiere could very well be the moment where Roman Reigns' reign as the leader of the Bloodline comes to an end. Whether it's through a shocking betrayal, an epic match, or an emotional farewell, the conclusion of the Bloodline saga would undoubtedly be one of the most significant moments in WWE history. The impact of this conclusion will be felt not only in WWE, but also in the broader wrestling world. Roman Reigns has become a cultural phenomenon, and his role in the Bloodline has redefined what it means to be a top superstar in WWE. The ending of this saga will be a defining moment for the company, shaping the future of WWE for years to come. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updated news.